Hey there guys, and welcome back. So in this video, we're going to be diving into a galaxy far, far away and talking about Star Wars. I feel like it's been a hot minute since we've talked about Star Wars, and it looks like there has been a recent interview with Kathleen Kennedy clearing up all this misinformation about her retiring, and obviously there was a big story about that in the last sort of 48 hours or so about Kathleen Kennedy retiring, but it looks like she's disbanded those rumors, and she's come out in an interview and told us a lot of information about projects when it comes to Star Wars and what we can expect in the near future. So we're going to go into this article, talk about the Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie, and also talk about some other projects that are in the works when it comes to Star Wars as well. So this comes to us from comicbookmovie.com. Ryan Gosling's Star Wars movie will be set post episode 9, new details on Simon Kinberg's trilogy revealed as well. So when it comes to Star Wars, this is the thing, I find it very frustrating because I want to feel excited about Star Wars, but I just don't. On a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to excitement for Star Wars, I'm probably at like a 3 out of 10. Until I see a trailer, a poster, some sort of marketing for a new Star Wars movie, then all this information is great and it's exciting to talk about, but I just feel that all these projects are being thrown out there and ultimately none of them materialize, and it's hard as a fan to be excited now. But like I say, until a trailer or a poster or something tangible comes out, then it's hard for me to be excited. But anyway, let's jump into this information. Maybe you guys feel a bit different on that front to me, but let's get into this information regardless and see what exactly is going on with Star Wars movies and TV shows. So at London Star Wars Celebration in 2023, Lucasfilm announced 3 new Star Wars movies. One promised to explore the origins of the First Jedi, another looked set to assemble characters from the MandoVerse, and then there was the Daisy Ridley return as Rey Skywalker. Why on earth would they bring back Daisy Ridley's Rey Skywalker is absolutely beyond me. I'm not saying anything about Daisy Ridley as an actress. I think she's a great actress, and she was kind of okay in the Rey role. If she had a better script and better narrative, then she would have been incredible. But she was so divisive as a character. Why on earth would you bring her back and all the baggage attached to her character? And why would you want to have that circus and that kind of discourse of controversy surrounding the Rey character? Why would you want to bring that back to Star Wars? It's absolutely beyond me why they would want to do that. They've yet to materialise though. The Mandalorian and Grogu is on the way, and the rest remain in various stages of pre-production. However, Lucasfilm Kathleen Kennedy has pointed to the future of the franchise being primarily post The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, that's absolutely the right direction to go in my opinion. Carry the story forward, stop doing these prequels and things like that and these other kind of movies that are set in between the other episodic movies. Move the franchise forward, continue the story into the future. Don't keep going back and keep joining in between the other movies and before the other movies and all that kind of stuff. Just move the story forward. I think that's the best way to go, in my opinion anyway. Talking to Deadline, the veteran producer said Dark Phoenix director Simon Kinberg's planned trilogy is rolling fast and furiously and has gone exceptionally well. So this new trilogy from, like it says here, from Simon Kinberg, it's obviously in pre-production. It sounds like it's going well, and we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out, what kind of characters it involves, what kind of narratives it follows. But a brand new trilogy. So it looks like in the next sort of 5 to 10 years, we're going to get so much Star Wars content. Not only on Disney Plus, but all these different movies, it looks like are kind of being worked on in the background. So there's going to be a lot of Star Wars content to come in the near future. That's if these projects don't fall to the wayside like the other projects have. Kathleen Kennedy added, he's literally going to script as we speak. We'll see something probably around June. We're really excited about where that's headed. This is the next iteration, the new saga that moves us into the future. Finally, we actually have some news about a new saga, going into the future. I mean, it's something small, but it's a small update here. Like I say, but until we see a trailer, until we actually see the movie in production, then it's hard to get kind of excited, because it feels that at any moment, at any point, we could wake up tomorrow and find out this project has been cancelled. We just don't know, because when it comes to Star Wars, everything is so uncertain now, so it's just hard to be excited. Kennedy also confirmed that Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy's Star Wars movie starring Ryan Gosling is also in the future, and said it's all post episode 9. So that's great as well. Another project that's going to be set post episode 9, moving the franchise into the future, which is great to hear. So Sean Levy's is a standalone Star Wars story that will take place post 9, maybe 5 or 6 years out. So this one's going to be a standalone story, which is great. It's great to see that they're telling episodic movies, but we're having these kind of standalone projects at the same time, because not everything has to be linked to the episodic features. We can get away from that. We can do some interesting standalone projects where it's kind of detached from the episodic movies, something that's a little bit different in tone, a little bit different with different characters, and I think that's a great kind of recipe that could be successful. Our Mandalorian really stands on its own, because we're dealing with a whole other era in the New Republic. We have other development going on in that space as well. So yeah, episodic features. Then we also have the Sean Levy standalone movie, and also Grogu and the Mandalorian movie as well. So that's the space we're pretty much focused on right at the moment, because obviously with the Mandalorian, we have a pretty good sense of where that's going. And with that, it's all pretty much new characters. We may bring in some characters back from the sequel saga, but pretty much new characters. So that's a pretty good piece of information right there. They're bringing characters back from the sequel saga, which is great depending on whether you enjoyed those characters or not. Maybe Rey, maybe Finn, maybe Poe. We'll have to wait and see which kind of characters show up. So she went on to reiterate that James Mangold is still working on his first Jedi script, pointing to the delay being a result of a Complete Unknowns Awards campaign. Is that the one with Timothée Chalamet doing the biopic of Bob Dylan? I think that's what that movie is. Based on past reports, we anticipate him making a Star Wars movie before DC Studios' Swamp Thing. Well, we know Swamp Thing is now on the back burner, which is unfortunate. So Kennedy also shared, I keep waiting for Taika Waititi, and he is working with another writer now. He's so busy, I love him. I think if we ever do a script from Taika, it's going to be fantastic. I already saw the first act that I loved, but tying him down, it's tricky. So why are we announcing these films when the directors have no time to work on them? Like, I don't get it. Like, we're announcing Star Wars projects, but they're not moving anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Taika Waititi is busy, so why even announce the movie if he's too busy to make it? It just makes no sense. I don't get it. So all signs point to the majority of movies focusing on what became of the galaxy after the rise of Skywalker, the fresh ground to explore, and will likely explore the return of the Jedi Order. How interested fans will be in these new characters will hinge on the strength of the scripts. Absolutely. When all is said and done, it comes to character, it comes to writing, it comes to the script. That is what's going to hold this new phase of Star Wars. That's what's going to hold it in high regard. If the scripts fall apart, if the characters aren't written well, then the whole thing's going to implode on them. Perhaps an old Grogu should just lead them all. I mean, an old Grogu movie, that would be something that would be so interesting. I think I could see that happening in the future once he's grown up. Having a Grogu movie, that would be really, really cool. And I would love to know more about the species that Grogu is. I think they're called the Tridactyls. I read in a Star Wars encyclopedia, there's no official name for the Grogu species, and they're just called Tridactyls, but that's kind of a name placement for their species. I think that's right, from what I remember reading. So, on the more serious note, Rey will almost certainly be the character these stories revolve around. Time will tell, but these updates raise a lot of big questions about the Star Wars franchise, how it will look moving forward. Again, bringing back Rey. Why? Why would you do it? So guys, that's some updates there about the various different projects that have kind of been in the background that we've not really heard much about. The Ryan Gosling movie, Taika Waititi, the Ryan Kimberg story. Lots of different projects there and kind of updates from a recent interview with Kathleen Kennedy. So what stands out to you from what Kathleen Kennedy has been saying? Are you like me and not very excited for Star Wars, but you want to be excited? Until I see a trailer, a poster, maybe a set image, something like that, then for me, I'm just going to kind of sit here. I'm not going to feel excited about Star Wars, which is unfortunate. But once we start getting into production on movies, then maybe that excitement level will rise. But guys, what information here stands out to you? Are you looking forward to any of these projects? Which one are you most looking forward to? Let me know down in the comment section. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts, comments, and opinions. As always, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't done so far. It goes a long way to supporting the content, so I really, really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next video.